stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies with light winds. An afternoon high around 59. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy, low around 42. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day. An afternoon high near 55. Meteorologist Kyle Hucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take Dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right. Certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
Who are you?
I'm the Truck Fairy.
You mean the Tooth Fairy?
No, Truck Fairy. I appear when someone dreams about winning one of the 8 new trucks in the Nebraska Lottery's Trucks and Bucks scratch game.
Oh, so you leave Trucks and Bucks tickets under my pillow?
No.
Cash?
Sorry.
What exactly do you do?
Remind people to play today.
Don't think I need a Truck Fairy for that.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Play Trucks and Bucks from your Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds are 1 in 336,000.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this Thursday morning edition of The Drive. The FFAers are still in town, holding it down. It's no longer Future Farmers of America. It's just FFA. Rafferty, how's it going in Huntsville, my man? Hello?
Good morning.
There he is.
Sorry. I'm back. Sorry. I'm here.
Ostrich, you right?
Good morning.
Is everything okay? You seem like you weren't ready to go.
Well, the screen froze up right as it transferred over, and then this puppy training's got me exhausted.
Maybe you shouldn't have gotten a puppy.
No, I had to get the puppy. I couldn't have Tracy sad.
So here's the question though. What all are you doing with the puppy training?
Everything. Oh, the potty training. It's wild.
Because you're there all day with them both, right?
Yeah. It's been exhausting. He tricked me today. We went outside, sat outside for a long time. He's like, "Oh, I want to go in," and then I'll be darned if he took off hightailing it and tried going to the bathroom. I was like, "Come on, you got to be better than this." I demand greatness out of these puppies.
How many messes have been in the house so far?
2, I think.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
That's not horrible. I don't know. How long does it normally take to train a puppy?
Every dog's a little different, man. I think I can't speak for every dog.
What was Louis?
Louis was pretty good. Louis will still have some accidents though, depending on how long we're gone. In fact, he got banished to the laundry room last week because he went in my office and I was walking with my flip-flops on. And I was going to open the window. I mean, just the blinds. And I'm like, what the heck is, I was like, it wasn't a squishy one.
Yeah.
But he peed on my floor.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot harder on him than Brooke is.
Yeah.
I snatched him up and I put his neck right there and looked at it.
Yeah, smell it.
Yeah. And he looked at me, put his head down. He's like, oh man, I feel horrible. he just looked very disappointed in himself, and he scurried back downstairs.
It's one of those where it's like, you don't even have to tell me anything. I already know what I did.
I said, Louis. I was up in my office. I said, Louis. I mean, louder than that.
Yeah.
And I went downstairs. My man was already in his bed with his head covered up. And I said, come on, man. So I said, come on. I said, come here. I said, come here. And he got his head down, and I snatched him up, brought him upstairs. I said, what is this? He looked at me just kind of like, hey, bro, man, I was trying to hold it. I just couldn't. I'm like, why would you, all the place you can pee, you come up and piss him off.
Yeah. I was going to go out the window.
Yeah.
the issue I got with Ozzy is he's a guy's guy, and he feels like he's at Memorial Stadium going to the bathroom at one of those troughs. So what he does is when you walk into the house, there's like a little ledge to walk into the house. He puts his front legs up on the ledge, and then he pees right there, right as you walk into the house.
My goodness.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just so, most dogs go out in the yard and lift their leg and do their thing. Ozzy puts 2 legs up on the ledge, and then it's like, come on,
It's
dude.
just comfortable.
Ozzy was like, look, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big, man.
Yeah. I'm going to do it the comfortable way.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a show up in this piece.
I'm not going to worry about my hip joints as much. Those things deteriorate over time. That's
Dogs, hey, Rubber Duck and Link, what's up, brother? He goes, I'm potty trading a toddler, and it's worse than a puppy. Yeah, I would agree. It's a lot tougher, man, with kids, man.
Yeah.
Kids are, oof. Little AD didn't really have many problems. Keenan, I don't know. Keenan was colicky, though.
Okay.
I mean, he was always crying about something, and we had to one time we put him on the dryer because the vibration in his little chair, it soothed him. And so he would just, Nia wasn't too bad, but Keenan was a handful, man. I mean, that dude. And the thing about Keenan, which is in his defense, I mean, the dude's like, 6'1", 200 right now, 190. So he's a big dude, but he had ear infections terribly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think all
I experienced those a lot.
Yeah.
Like I got it because I'd get water in my ears. So like when we'd swim, I had to get like custom earplugs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those he'd be pulling at his ears.
Oh, yeah.
Because his ears hurt so bad. Maybe that's why his ears are a little longer than the other 2 kids, man. I don't know, but Keenan would pull at those ears like crazy. And you felt sorry for him because, it was just those ear infections. We finally got those taken care of. But yes, indeed, dog training, kid training. I want to ask you guys, okay? And I maybe asked this before, but I was thinking about this morning. A buddy of mine sent me a clip on Instagram of old school NBA, the NBA now. It's it showed you guys getting clothesline, hard dunks, real fouls. Showed you guys today, flopping and faking and everything else. This alludes to this question, which is kind of different. But Raff, Nick, would you rather go to? I think I asked before. Just want to know again. Would you rather go to Game 7 of the World Series baseball, Game 7 NBA, or the Super Bowl, or in hockey, the final game in hockey?
That's tough.
Which one? And you had front row seats.
I think I know everybody's answer here. I think you guys are certainly the Super Bowl.
You don't know. Hold on. Or I'm not done yet. Or the Sunday of the Masters.
Ooh.
All access pass. Text line. Let us know. Would you want to go on a Sunday all access pass to the Masters?
It's essentially like what final game of the playoffs
of what
sport would you want to go to?
Throw Kentucky Derby in there.
Yeah, the Kentucky Derby, I feel like there's so much excitement and built up.
There's like 38 races.
Yeah, right. And then it's like,
I don't know if it's 38, but it's a lot.
Then you get to the last furlong and you're like, all right, this is what we've been living for. Like, this is what we've been living for. I feel like you have to be in in order to afford a ticket to all these, you have to be in a certain financial spot.
But this is not an issue. Not an issue.
So that's the other part.
You have hypothetically won it from the ticket.
Okay, because
you won a prize, and the prize was whatever your choice. We're giving you. Obviously, now I'm putting a disclaimer.
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
Doing this. Yeah, we are.
Right now, you know we ain't doing that, right?
Yeah, right.
We are not doing that. But if the ticket provided for you of your choice, the sport of your choice, which one would you go to?
The reason I say that is like with the Kentucky Derby specifically, if you're not going there and placing wagers on horses, then I don't think you're doing it correctly. You can go to
you have to go and gamble.
No, that's not what it is at all. I'm saying like part
can't
of
enjoy
it,
a horse race without gambling.
No. Well, I mean, kind of no.
Nick, it's like if you go.
I mean, why else do you have horse races?
If you go to a little kids baseball game, you must gamble on little Pete.
It's like that Shane Gillis. Come on, you can't suck at both school and sports. No,
I'm surprised Nick hasn't headed out to Vegas yet to join Austin.
Oh, he's been talking about it.
No, I have not. It's unregulated. Also, flights are $427. That's truthful. It's ridiculous. I looked at flights to leave because I was like, man, it would be kind of fun just to go out there on Saturday morning. They play at 1 o'clock our time or whatever it is. So it's 10:30 Vegas time. I'm like, you could get out there by 8. You could come back by 6 p.m. and I wouldn't have to worry about losing money at the casino. I looked at flights and they're $427. I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not going to the Crown for $420. The game ticket is probably $3.
Well, it'd be free. Just walk in.
Potentially. Yeah. But no, what I was saying is like, I feel like to get the entire Kentucky Derby specific experience, like you got to wear the big hat. You got to have financial investment. You got to wear like the big hat. You got to deck yourself out in gear.
Suit.
Yeah, right. And then go up to the window the old fashioned way and be like, give me 50-1 odds on horse number 8, Rich Long. That's what I feel like you kind of have to do to get the full experience.
Raff, what would you go to?
All right. So the Super Bowl would be my choice. However, if the Masters came about and they said you got passes to Berkman's place, then I would go with the Masters.
You have all access.
Oh, then if I'm going to Berkman's, I'm going to the Masters. I hear that's amazing. Michael Jordan and the works. However, I got to respond to Culligan J. No, your team will not be in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs window has closed.
And the Broncos are still looking for their window.
Me and Nick just met David Merritt at this week, the
Yeah.
defensive backs coach for the Chiefs, man. Real cool guy.
Dawson Merritt's dad.
Met him this week. We were hanging out with him for a little bit, talking up with as well as Tony at Cap. And a real good guy, man.
Yeah.
Solid guy. So who knows? You never know, man. Kansas City might be in it.
Yeah.
Nick, what would you do? Where would you go?
I can't say no to World Series Game 7. I just can't. Like I think it would be between Masters Sunday or World Series Game 7. It's similar to the PPB argument, guys, the price per bite argument. It's like what's no, seriously, like what's the longevity? How do I make the longest day out of this experience, right?
Masters.
And the Masters is that answer. But then it's so like I can't imagine going to a World Series Game 7 with like the Cubs and the Yankees or Cubs. I can't imagine it, which the Cubs aren't going to be in it, but it's going to be fine. But like just hypothetical scenario.
Let me put it this way.
I can't say no.
Okay.
I already know your answer, AD.
Yeah, I'm going to the Masters. I mean,
it's not WrestleMania?
Monday Night Raw.
I am going to the Masters, and I'm going to be there. I'm not going to go like right at the first tee time. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
And I'm not going to go right at, 7:00. I'm going to be there about 9.
Really?
Because I want to meander around a little bit and take in the sights, but about 9:00 is when I'm going to go. I would say 8.
I was just watching this video today, and this is why I think maybe the Masters would be. I'm starting to change my mind on that, and the reason I say that is because of the gear.
Yeah, I could go anywhere. You could go anywhere. Listeners, you could go anywhere at your preferred event.
No. What I'm saying,
you have all access pass.
What I'm saying is because of the gear that they don't. And Minwoo Lee was actually just talking about this with some podcast that I was listening to. That he was like, look. They asked him, do you guys go as professional golfers? Do you guys go to the pro shop? Because everybody knows that like leading up to the Masters until the week of the Masters, the gear that's sold at the pro shop is Augusta National Golf Club gear. When it's the only time they sell Masters specific gear is during the 1 week of the Masters. And so they were asking, like, do you go as professional golfers? Do you guys go and shop on your own at the pro shop during Masters week? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Like to have like polos, jackets, cups, memorabilia specifically designed and branded as the Masters and not Augusta National. I think that puts it potentially over the top.
I got a Masters coffee cup and golf balls from Augusta. Some friends brought back for me that went. Nick Muller, Country Club. He's the head GM, the head golf pro at the Country Club of Lincoln. He's played it before. I mean, actually played at Augusta. And just insane, man.
Side note, since you talked about playing the tournament, the women's amateur going on right now, she shot a 63. So there was a player that shot a 63 at Augusta yesterday in the women's amateur tournament.
Okay. Raff,
lowest round ever for the women's amateur.
63.
At Augusta.
That is insane.
I mean, like, can you? I can't imagine shooting a 73 at Holmes Lake, but then you shoot a 63 on the biggest stage of golf.
Hey, well, check this out. Go ahead.
I told you guys about the record that I'm going to break. That the highest score at every hole at the Masters. I think I can break that record.
Oh, I would. I'd be lucky to keep it under 135 at
I
Augusta.
saw a video the other day. I wonder if I can pull it up here. I saw a video. It was like a question the other day of, would you rather take, it was one of those like $1 million and just like take the money and run, or you have, what was it? Tiger Woods went like 72 holes in a row without bogeying or something.
That is ridiculous.
And it was like, it was some absurd number. And they were like, do you think you could beat Tiger Woods 1-on-1 for just one hole?
No.
And I was like thinking,
take the money.
Well, take the money, but it was like you got $100 million if you beat Tiger head to head on one hole. Like I think the way that you go about beating him would be like hope that he hits into the water on a par 3 and you just get luckier than hell to 2-putt.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. Tiger beat Rocco Mediate on a broken leg.
That's true.
He went 18 holes on a broken leg and beat another pro PGA player when he won. What was it, Raff? Not the was the U.S. Open, the one out in Cali?
U.S.
He won that.
Yep.
What's that?
I think it's U.S. because that was the one with the medal or whatever that Rocco. He wanted to win it so bad.
Yeah, I mean, this dude won a major with a broken leg against another pro player. I mean, yeah, I would take the $1 million. Yeah, a few of the texters,
and that just makes the 2019 Masters and what Tiger Woods was able to do
ridiculous,
just so much more special.
Ridiculous, man. And it was something for your generation too, Nick.
Oh yeah,
to see him win a major.
Yeah,
because prior to that, it had been a while.
Well, it had been a while, and like I grew up when I was like 10, in 2011. It was Tiger Woods' prime. Like he was still in his prime in the late 2000s.
You weren't able to appreciate it really at 10.
You weren't able to appreciate it though. Then like you see the way that the game of golf appreciates Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, right, he's had his fair shares of mishaps and blunders off the course, whatever. But on the course, to appreciate the type of athleticism and the way that he can swing a golf club,
creativity
is just special.
It was ridiculous.
It's special. Man. And then to do it when like don't forget, like back in 2019, like Dustin Johnson was one of the best golfers in the world. Xander Schauffele, I believe, finished second in the Masters tournament. Like this, it was really, really special.
Had a lot of young sticks out there, chasing him.
That just hit better. Like they hit farther, they hit harder. It's just, but he was still able to do it. And it was in comeback fashion. And I mean, it was that 2019 was special.
It was special. A few of these texts want to get yours right here. Old Dad 34, what's up? He goes, I'm a Sunday of the Masters. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Rubber Duck Masters. If you have to wait even to get a ticket, go. Hey, Rubber Duck, I got to do it, man. And I've had opportunities, and I gotta do it. One, Raff knows about this story, Nick.
Wait.
Yes.
You said no?
I had a speaking engagement that was booked.
Yep.
Remember that, Raff?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, the Masters is not paying me anything. I got food to put on the table at my house. And I had an opportunity to go to the Masters. And I'm just thinking, I'd already had the 50% deposit from 6 months before. And I'm thinking,
Nick is stunned.
In good conscience, how could I do that to a client?
I could.
With my luck, Raff, with my luck, I'd be on TV.
Yeah. I'm sick. Yeah, it looks real sick celebrating that hole-in-one that you had earlier. I think like there's something to be said.
Nick's face, Raff was like, what?
I was baffled. I'm baffled.
I couldn't do it, man.
I
couldn't do it.
I don't even need to go to like Sunday of the Masters. Let me go to the par 3 contest.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
I've heard the practice round is the best time to go because
they're pretty laid back.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go and I want to drive up the entryway and just have the song playing in the background of my car.
So you
I'm
drive.
not sure if you get that in your package.
Oh, we get everything in this package.
Yeah, this is all package deal.
Come on. If I'm going, I'm going.
So Riley W says Wimbledon final, hands down. I could understand that too, Riley. I really can. Jeremy and Lincoln, Sunday Masters, no question. I'm a huge fan of all sports, but nothing like the event and the course. Hoghead Nate, what's up, brother? Masters, no question. Unknown texter, good morning. 0485 says World Cup. Oh, that would be awesome too.
We're gonna get you get chances going to some World Cups, not the finals probably, but Kansas City's hosting World Cup in a couple of years.
KC is. Mark from Cook, good morning, goes, you forgot WrestleMania, Raff, through that in there. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Unknown texter 0149, good morning. Says go to the national championship with Nebraska in it. Greg, good morning. I would love that, Greg. I would definitely love that.
Done that.
Yeah. Money G in Kansas, Game 7 World Series. If the Mets are in it, Super Bowl if the Steelers are in it. Monty G, I love that talk. Sunday Master any other year. OJ CJ, what's up, my brother? You go the Masters hands down. Derby is easy to get in here. Derby is pretty easy to get into.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, not difficult. Masters is hard to get to. It definitely is. Joe B, what's up, brother? He goes, if the Packers are on the Super Bowl, then it's the Super Bowl. If not, then it's the Kentucky Derby. Bill and Bennett, what's up, brother? Mint juleps are gross.
What about Daytona 500?
I'm sorry, I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, no disrespect. Those guys and gals that are in it, I mean, are amazing drivers, but I just can't watch a car go around the track 500 times, man.
Yeah.
I've heard the infield at like Daytona 500 in Talladega is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that would be, like I said, that the other activities and, grip and grin would be kind of cool, but just to watch a car go around that many times is not my deal.
Yeah.
But each their own.
If there was another, since we're all avid golf followers, if there was another tournament that outside the Masters, just because it is incredibly difficult to get into, I think hands down the Ryder Cup is my number 2 on the list.
I forgot about that. That would be fun.
I think the Ryder Cup is number 2.
I forgot about that, bro. You know what? Go ahead.
Like I almost would be interested to see, just from now, granted, it's easier to get into.
We're not getting boat raced in it.
Yeah, right. But like, think about, you're talking about a unique style of golf where they do different types of matches, right? Where it's either like scrambles on one, where it's head to head on the other, like whatever it might be. But you're seeing Rory and Ludwig Oberg and other Europeans going up against the best of the best. You're talking about like however many's on a team, right? One captain, I think they pick 5, so 6 total on a team. I believe so. Maybe a little bit more. But like, you're watching the best of the best. And if you watch that Full Swing documentary, they track in, I believe, season 2, like guys trying to make the Ryder Cup. And these, it's that typical, like, they want to be there. They work hard to make the team. And I think the Ryder Cup is pretty close to the Masters there.
That'd be fun. Colican J says, referring to you, Raff. Early morning shade. I love it. Down with the donkeys.
Right.
Unknown texter 8356. We get through this for the break. I got 18th green hospitality tickets to John Deere Classic a few years ago, and it was a very cool experience. Nowhere near the Masters, though. I have to do Masters cap throw. You know what? I've heard that John Deere is fun. Jack Russell, our very own, has been there a few times. I've had opportunities to go to that one. When I do this,
and you say no.
I'm gonna do some of these, man.
So this has been probably about 10 years ago. I got loge seats for hole 16 at the Waste Management Phoenix Open, and my seat was a reclining padded chair behind the 16th hole, and the waitresses and waiters came to you and took your drink orders, and you were able to use your own private restroom, and you could walk back. So that was
no way.
Oh wow.
So they said on Saturday that those seats were going for like $4,000 a piece.
Wow.
That's what is I think tough about the Waste Management, which I think me and my buddies are planning on going at some point in the next,
check
like
it out.
3 years, just once, right?
It's a lot of fun.
But and like you guys know this, I've played TPC Scottsdale, I've played that course. It's just it's unique in its own to play 16th hole. But I wouldn't want to get up and go to the bathroom because you'd lose it. You lose your seat.
Yeah. And that course, I think we've all played it. I know Raff has played it, I've played it, you've played it. Without the bleachers and everything, it's just, in my opinion, it's a decent course. It ain't something like it's not a course where I'm saying
the other course is nicer.
That's what I've heard. The championship is nicer.
The championship is nicer. That course, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a nice course, but it's kind of like there's literally dozens of other courses in Phoenix and Scottsdale that are better. That's
what was kind of funny is because like you walk up to the 16th hole and you watch it on TV and they go underneath like the tunnel that's like on the course that you normally drive your golf cart up, and you're like, all right, they got the monument of the hole in ones that have been hit on that hole. And you're like, all right, this is pretty cool. You look out and you're like, this looks nothing like what I'm used to.
Did you see the rock?
The rock. Yes.
It's got an emblem on it.
Yeah. But speaking of sweepstakes, guys, and like winning crazy things as the end of the segments coming near, I gotta talk. I don't know if you guys have met him. My one of my good friends, his name's Houston. He works for League One Volleyball in Omaha. So obviously they're partners at the station, so we can talk about him because no free shout outs. But he texted me the other day, and AD, this actually is kind of, it can be relevant to you because you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. The Pittsburgh Pirates, every single day, they give away some memorabilia on opening day on Twitter. It's like, hey, retweet and like this post, comment for a chance to to win this prize. Well, I get this text from my good buddy Houston the other day, and he goes, he said, like, he was like, holy bleep. And I go, what? And he goes, I think I just won the giveaway from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Nice.
Really?
He won a Paul Skeens signed baseball. Out of 12,000 retweets, the Pittsburgh Pirates messaged him on Instagram, was like, hey, man, congratulations, Houston, you've won this. And they're like, we need to respond within 48 hours and we'll send you the baseball.
That's awesome.
And so those things are legit. I've always questioned on if they actually give things away, or if they're like Raff and they say, hey, enter, for now a chance to win, and then just never give away some memorabilia.
That's pretty cool, man.
I was just wondering, you said you're going to Arizona with some buddies here in a few years. Would that be the JTP?
You've got so many friend groups, so we're excluded.
I haven't decided yet.
So is that the older friend group, me, Rav, Foreman?
It depends what I'm feeling. If I'm feeling a little more mature, if I'm feeling a little more, just
so if you want to go vandalize some stuff, or if you want to go be mature and have fun.
If I need to be more athletic to be able to run away from some cops, it's got to be one group. If I want to be a little more low key, then it's going to be the other one. I guess I just got to be faster than Jay. I mean, that's all I got. That's all it's got to be.
Hey, that's the captain of the Nebraska spring game.
That's right. I'm still wondering how that whole thing's gonna play out. But nobody's asking the important questions. Maybe when Matt Rule talks the next time, I can ask him, be like, how do you expect Jay Foreman to participate in the Husker games? But we'll see what happens.
David from Renew, what's up, brother? He goes, I couldn't shoot a 63 if my ball started on the green, referring to Augustine. I'm right with you, brother.
Those greens are wild.
Yes, indeed. Unknown texter, I'm going to get through the rest of these for a break. Unknown texter 3764 says Game 7 NBA Finals. It'd be the one day of the year that effort would be given on both sides of the floor for 48 minutes. You ain't lying. Unknown texter 3764, I was just telling a buddy of mine that this morning in a text. That's the only time I'm going to really watch the NBAs when it does get to the playoffs. JR, what's up, brother? He goes, premium tickets and backstage passes for the NFL draft. That would be a good time, man.
Yeah.
That would be a good time.
Where does the crown... Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where does the crown fall in line?
The crown?
The crown. You got to go to the crown final.
That's wrong, man.
No, I'm being serious.
Wrong,
I'm being serious.
That's wrong.
Meaningful basketball in April. It was funny.
I asked the question last night. If Nebraska somehow wins the crown, do they have a banner raising ceremony next year to start the season?
I don't know if they raise a banner.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just take the money and be happy.
Yeah. Hey, and they've already gotten $50,000. So you know what? That's fine. I think though, it is funny because you look at like the Scorebug apps and stuff. That's like, all right, what college basketball action is going on Saturday? All right, you have the Final Four with the NCAA tournament, and then what's the game that starts in the morning? It's a loaded slate. Nebraska and Boise State.
That's right, baby.
Early in the morning to kick off a loaded
PM.
college basketball
So
Saturday.
10:30 in Vegas?
It's
Yeah.
10:30 in Vegas.
I was looking at this last night, Raph. I'm like, am I just tired? Am I looking at this wrong? No, it's really 10:30 in Vegas.
12:30
Austin doesn't go too hard on Friday night out there. Good Lord.
I think that place is going to have a strong scent of Jameson.
Oh, gosh.
Smells like a distillery in here.
Yeah. It probably does already naturally.
I
I don't know.
want the Crown Royal or
Yeah, right. I don't know. I think it's just funny. I feel a little bit for Austin because
he's got 2 days now.
He's got 2 days of nothing going on. And like you can fill one day, but like Austin, and the people can tell this because, and this is not stereotyping, like Austin is not a gambler, and that's great. Austin is
not a golfer.
He's not a golfer, and that's fine. I don't know what else you do. Like you can go. I made the joke. I made the joke of like he's gonna go tour UNLV's campus today.
Hey, he could do that, man. He could do that. Derek in a car. We're almost done. Padres beat Royals in Game 7. What a great dream, Derek. Hey, you never know, man. Never know. Chase B, good morning. Goes, I'm going to go to the Stanley Cup playoff game against my Capitals in Winnipeg. That'd be awesome, my man.
Yep.
IQ Crew, win the crown, raise the banner, but no sculptures.
Yeah, we don't need a sculpture.
Hey, I want to say before we go to break real quick, my son Keenan, of course, he's like, you've noticed before, I've shared this before, we're sharing it again. He is the director of the PGA intern program at the University of Nebraska. One of his golfers in this program on Tuesday, might you add, remember the weather, how it was Tuesday? Cold and blustery here. Fired a freaking 67 at Pioneers.
That's so
67. Stupid. He goes, this is ridiculous,
yeah,
dude.
That's stupid, man.
67 rep. I wouldn't shoot. I would like at that in that weather. I would have 67 at the turn.
Yeah, I have my golf league starts tonight. So I start golf league tonight out at Woodland Hills. It's going to be like 56 degrees. It's not too windy, right? Like I think it's like 5 to 10 mile an hour winds the entire time. This is a big one because this is where you identify your handicap. And I'm hoping for like if I can get like an 8.
What time do you tee off?
9 or 10.
What time do you tee off?
5:30.
Okay, it'll be 55 degrees, partly sunny.
Yeah, I've golfed in worse.
So yeah, that's not going to be bad.
I've golfed in far worse before.
That's not going to be bad. Real quick, Raff, before we go to break, man, what's you guys' weather looking like, bro?
I was just gonna say it is 76 right now, and it is
tonight. Oh, so you guys are good then. That system has gone north of you or south of you?
It's went north of us, so I think
good.
We should be okay for now. Yeah, you know what we could do is tell Austin to maybe call David from Renew. Maybe David could find him some activities to do out in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm sure he could if he.
David and Austin aren't necessarily the same type of people. And I love David, but
I can see David. We're going to make sure Austin shows up Saturday morning.
Yeah, we want to make sure that Austin survives until Saturday morning.
David's like, say less.
Yeah. I keep a running list in my notepad on my phone of places that I've been. Austin's going to be just fine. He's I mean, it's going to be fun. I'm glad that Austin's out there.
Yes,
I'm glad that Nebraska's winning. Like, I'm glad that they're putting on a show. I didn't pick Nebraska to win yesterday, and hand up. That's on me. But like, they played well last night. I know we're going to talk about that in a few minutes.
We're definitely going to. We're going to have Austin on at 10. Real quick, Coach Ernst, good to hear from you, brother. He goes, been to the Masters twice. I'd go again in a heartbeat. TV does not show the true beauty of how hilly it is. The greens are like upside down cereal bowls. Coach Ernst, Tim Ernst, you're exactly right. And I've heard that to where that a number of people who have been there that said what you just said. You don't see really the type of inclines and declines and all the different elevation those guys are trudging through on that. So, Timmy, appreciate you. Folks, when we come back, we've been talking about a lot of good stuff, but the next one we're going to talk about is kind of a downer. But, something went down in Omaha last night that we're going to briefly discuss. Disgustedly, if that's a word. And then we'll bring it back up because Austin's going to be on at 10 o'clock. We'll talk some Husker basketball and what goes on there. They already got $50K in their pockets, and they're not too far away from putting some more in there. We'll come back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right. Certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies with light winds. An action high around 59. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy. Low around 42. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day. An afternoon high near 55. Meteorologist Hal Lutton for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday morning, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska, and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77th and Pioneers.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service. But it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free. So visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape,
Now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Little breaking news in the NFL action, in case you saw it. The Patriots are trading quarterback Joe Milton, the third and the 7th round pick, to the Cowboys in exchange for a 5th round pick. I'd be curious to hear what Rico would have to say about this. Milton, 25, is entering the second year of his 4-year, $4.2 million deal, rookie deal. It's a base salary of $960,000 for 2025 season. The Patriots selected Milton on the 6th round last year.
Yep.
So interesting trade there.
Do you guys, here's a trivia question for you. Joe Milton, he finished his college career at Tennessee. Where did he start it? It was at a Big Ten school. Started his college career at this Big Ten school. He has one of the strong, he had a strong arm. Was it
Purdue?
It was not Purdue. It was a good program.
I'm not sure.
A good program.
Big Ten East, if there ever was such a thing.
Rutgers?
State.
No, Michigan. He was a Wolverine. He said Penn State.
I guess wrong. But there's rumor that Dallas is getting the Super Bowl banner ready because there's a lot of people loving that trade down in Dallas today. So I think there's probably a Super Bowl heading that way. Pete Jackson, congratulations.
Hey, I got to send you guys this, man. I don't know if you guys seen that where that cruise ship was taking 40-foot waves.
Where did this come from?
I got to send you. Do you see it, Raff?
Yeah.
It was. That's why I would never go on a cruise, man. That might be a question for tomorrow. In fact, we'll make that for a question for tomorrow. But I seen that day before yesterday. I'm like, absolutely not. HE double hockey sticks. No.
I thought you were on the Love Boat, AD.
Nah, but you thinking of my cousin? You think my cousin Isaac, man, from the Love Boat?
Oh, okay, I get you.
Get the bartender. The Love Boat. Soon we'll be making another run. Nick, that's before your time.
Yeah,
man.
don't know it.
It was like Jake this morning on early break. He had no idea about the show Bewitched.
Oh, I know about Bewitched.
Well, you do, but Jake was like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Wow.
Gladys. Remember Gladys, Rav?
Oh, yeah.
The nosy neighbor. Every neighborhood's got one that's always peeking out the window.
It's like those progressive commercials.
Yeah.
Keep on driving. We're going to be here a while.
Hey, Cubsker goes, well, Dak Prescott going to come to Pittsburgh now. And you know what? I'd have no problems with getting Dak Prescott. Right. Because as of right now, Aaron Rodgers we don't know where he's at.
I was going to say, do we need an APB out on that man? Or
can we change the subject, please?
Maybe Paul Skeens can play quarterback.
I don't care who plays quarterback. We need somebody right now, man.
They need to call Roethlisberger.
I don't care who they call at this point, man. I mean, something needs to happen in Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got faith in Tomlin, but this is looking messy, man.
Tomlin's not the one making trades, though.
Yeah, Khan. I don't know what Khan is doing, man.
He's not deciding who should we sign.
I don't know what Khan is doing, and it's just. I mean, hopefully he does. It's just for us rabid fans are just kind of like, okay, so what's really going on here, man? We were asking that question last night too with the Huskers at UNO. I don't even know where to start, Nick.
Well, we'll call that a segment.
Yeah, right. Like the time to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna make it short.
Yeah, short. Nebraska falls again. I just
9-17 Omaha.
It's the same. It's the same thing though as what we kind of talked about after after Tuesday's loss against Creighton, where you just need guys to step up. Like they've burned through their pitching now, and they have an off day today before they start their series against Rutgers tomorrow. But it's once again going into a very pivotal week and one that features 5 games in 6 days. Nebraska needed guys to eat up innings. And time again, the guys did not eat up innings yesterday. Carson Yasta struggled right out of the gate. He started to settle in. Nebraska was able to get the bats going a little bit. And when, we talked to Evan Blaine of the Omaha World Herald yesterday on the afternoon show, and he was like, look, sometimes in a slugfest, you just need the bats to wake up. They did yesterday. The bats were not necessarily the issue yet last night up at Tal Anderson Field. Nebraska came back. They take a 9-5 lead, and then they surrender 6 unanswered runs. And it's just, once again, you need to find guys, we cannot state it enough, to just eat innings. And until Nebraska does that, like, now that sets them up real poorly for the weekend, to where it puts more pressure on your starters to go out and eat up innings and to go 5 strong or 6 strong, because you don't have the depth and the availability in the bullpen now with some of those guys to go out there and say, hey, get us 6 outs. You don't because of what you did to yourself on Tuesday and Wednesday. And now, guys, it's this bizarre statistic with the midweek games. Creighton has won 17 midweek games in a row. 17 midweek games in a row.
We'll be done talking about
right.
This right now.
It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how, in the way that Creighton wins it. I hate talking positively about the Blue Jays, but the way they win it is they basically have a Johnny Holstaff pitching rotation on the midweek games, to where everybody understands, I don't need to go be a hero. I don't need to go throw 6 innings of no hit, no run baseball. But if I do need to get out, it's outs, and I need to be competitive in the strike zone, and I cannot allow free passes. Tuesday, it was 3 walks and a hit by pitch and 4 consecutive batters. Last night, it was 3 hit by pitches and a walk. It was basically just the flip-flop of the same negative results that we saw on Tuesday. We saw it last night up in Omaha against the Mavericks. In Nebraska, this is less on, I personally think, Rob Childress. It's less on the coaching staff, and it's more on guys just needing to be competitive and throw strikes and realize, I don't need to go out and be a hero. I just need to get outs. I need to pitch to contact, let the defense work, and we just need to get out of this inning unscathed as much as possible. It's not the solo shots that hurt you. Will Bolt will tell you that. They just talked about it against Oregon State and Creighton on Tuesday. It's not the solo shots. It's not the 2-out double with nobody on base that hurts you. It's the 4 consecutive free passes that absolutely kill you. It kills you. It adds to the pitch count. It allows momentum. It gets the other dugout riled up. It gets you out of a rhythm. There's so much negative that goes along with it, with the things that Nebraska's doing, that you just find yourself in the bottom of the first. You haven't even gone up to the plate yet as an offense, and you're trying to dig yourself out of a 3-0 hole.
Raff, Nick, the stat that, besides obviously the final score, that blows me away is we got 15, they had 8 as far as hits. You hit the ball twice the amount of times they did, and you still lose.
Yeah. It just goes to show exactly what we kind of talked about.
Raff, you're 12-17 right now, Nebraska. You have a Rutgers team that's going to come in here. They're 14-15 overall. Better record than we do as far as that goes. They're 4-5 in the conference. They're on a 1-game winning streak. They're 5-10 away from Jersey. At this point, and Nick, I agree with you. Raff, what do you even say to your players at this point? Obviously, the season's not over. You got the whole month of April still.
Yeah.
But this week is going to be a juggernaut as far as that goes.
The upsetting thing about it was, you just took 2 games this weekend. So you got a little bit of momentum at your back. This was the opportunity, to steal a couple of midweek games, then have a chance to, get over 500 for the first time, it would be the first time this year, and to get over 500 and start to make that run. And now you're going into the weekend kind of in the same way that you went into last weekend, like, hey, we've got to make something happen, or else, so it's just upsetting that they just lost that momentum, that they had it and now it's gone again.
And I think what's even more disappointing is you look at the opportunity that was missed. These are not juggernauts that you're playing by any means in Creighton and in Omaha, and also in Rutgers. Like, don't get it twisted. Rutgers is a bad offensive team. I mentioned it yesterday that Nebraska is 219th in the country in team batting average, but Rutgers is only, I think, 7 spots ahead of them at 212th in the country. So statistically, as a team, Rutgers is pretty similar offensively. I I look at it as you come in off of a road trip going up against Oregon State. You take 2 of 3 at home against Oregon State. And then you look at the 5-game stretch ahead and say, all right, we don't have to leave the state of Nebraska. 4 out of our next 5 are on our home turf. The one that's not is a 45-minute drive down I-80 to Tal Anderson Field, which is essentially right off the interstate when you get close to going into downtown Omaha. A great facility right by Baxter Arena, right across the street. And you're like, okay, cool. You know what? Nebraska, there's not a whole lot of, you don't need to win on it's not necessarily winning on the road, it feels like, right? There's probably Nebraska fans there last night. And then you go turn around and you say, all right, we're 2 games into this 5-game stretch and you're 0-2 against 2 real mediocre baseball programs. And now it's like, if you can't win a series convincingly this weekend against Rutgers, then let's look ahead at next week's. You got to go on the road for 5 games. You go on a 5-game road stretch. Kansas is on the docket next week. You have a 3-game set against Iowa on the road in Iowa City next weekend. Like this, you said it, that the season's not over. It's not, but it's coming to a screeching halt fast, because this is going to get out of hand if Nebraska continues to lose games the way they're losing games. It is not sustainable. And right now, they are not making the Big Ten tournament. Right now, they are not making any sort of regional, and the season's going to be done in the end of May.
You know, the reality is, guys, as much as there are opportunities, but the reality is this: you are running out of time. You have got to get wins in bunches at this point, man. And in particular, Raff and Nick, like we mentioned, you know, you're dropping against teams that aren't jumping off at you at the paper whatsoever, in the crate and the UNO. You're going to have Rutgers coming in here. It's you have to win these games, man.
And that's a part of baseball, before we get to break, that's like a part of baseball, though, that is real unique, in that just because whatever is shown on paper doesn't always translate to the field. And baseball, I think, is one of the few sports that really magnifies that in the moment. And these last 2 games are a great example of it. Of on paper, when you look, you can't compare 5 stars. You can't compare recruiting rankings. You can't do that in the game, especially in college baseball. But it's simple enough to where it's walks, errors. Are you able to hit with runners in scoring position, runners left on base? Like, there's a clear blueprint, whether you're Creighton, whether you're Omaha, whether you're Nebraska, or whether you're Texas A&M or LSU. There's a clear blueprint on how to win baseball games. LSU wins baseball games the same way Nebraska needs to win baseball games. And that's by being competitive on the mound, throwing strikes, not walking guys, limiting free bases. And then at the plate, that's not stranding guys in scoring position when they're on base. That's being able to hit with 2 outs. That's the defensive fundamentals of no errors, or if you have an error, not letting errors compound. Last night, you mentioned it, 15 hits for Nebraska. However, guess what? It's basically negated because you walked 12 guys last night. You walked 12 guys and committed. So you walked 12 guys and you committed 2 errors. So those 15 hits going up against 14 free passes, you're not winning anything there.
No, it's a wash.
It's not a recipe for success. And so the blueprint is there, and Will Bolton, Rob Childress, and the whole staff understands it. It's just at some point you got to execute it, which they haven't been able to in any sort of consistent form this year.
Raffy, I wanted to get here. Cupsker, I like what you said here, Cupsker. You basically said what you said, Nick and Raff, as well. Cupsker says, I didn't even listen to the game last night. I followed updates on Twitter and then looked at the box score. 12 walks is ridiculous at any level, especially when you out-hit them with 16 hits, 15 hits, either or. Nebraska baseball is doing what football and basketball do, and it's play up or down to their competition. And I think he's spot on, because you go out there against the number 5 team in the country, and you know, obviously you took your smoking, but you win that series against a high caliber team, number 5 in the country, and then you come against 2 mediocre teams at best, and just shoot yourself in the foot repeatedly as far as that goes. Bill and Bennett, good morning.
You were up 9-5 in the 6th inning.
9-5. Bill and Bennett, good morning. He goes, I believe Childress can fix it, the pitching issues, but it's going to take some time. Yeah, they're definitely going to have to do that a lot quicker. And Joe says, good morning, Joe B. goes, there's no energy in the dugout. Something just does not seem right.
It all feels clunky. It doesn't feel like guys know where they should be hitting in a lineup. It feels clunky altogether, which is unlike what we saw last year. Absolutely. Guys had defined roles. Like you have Max Butenbach is hitting really well right now, but he gets dropped down from the second spot in the lineup to the seventh spot in the lineup, and it's like it just doesn't. It feels like the first 5 games of a Husker basketball season where you're trying to figure out rotations and where Aaron Eulis should play and where CJ Wilcher should go in and when he should check in and when Connor Esijan should play. That's what it feels like right now. The only problem is that now you're sitting here and you're 13-19 or whatever we should. I mean, you're 30 games into the season.
Yeah, they're struggling at 12-17 right now.
12-17. Thank you,
folks. Real quick. Kind of a quack what happened last night, but Money G in Kansas said I would rather trade for Adrian Martinez and give Rudolph a shot. He's talking about Pittsburgh. Than have Rodgers as our QB. Draft a QB if we have one. If we we have the opportunity. I agree with you on that, brother. Hey, real fast before we go to break, we got to let you know that our partner, Jack Russell, Farm Bureau Financial Service, has been a well-respected representative since 1999. He's in Vegas. Maybe that's why they won, Raff. He was right on the court side last night. He can protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. We'll be back, folks. We're going to have Austin.
That's right.
Live from Vegas, giving us the rundown of what took place last night against the Georgetown Hoyas. It's The Drive. We'll be right back.
Who are you?
I'm the Truck Fairy.
You mean the Tooth Fairy?
No, Truck Fairy. I appear when someone dreams about winning one of the 8 new trucks in the Nebraska Lottery's Trucks and Bucks scratch game.
Oh, so you leave Trucks and Bucks tickets under my pillow?
No.
Cash?
Sorry.
What exactly do you do?
Remind people to play today.
Don't think I need a Truck Fairy for that.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Play Trucks and Bucks from your Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds are 1 in 336,000.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get the Buffalo Wings and Rings today on 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right. Certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox. KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies with light winds and action high around 59. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy, low around 42. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day, and afternoon high near 55. Meteorologist Kyle Luther from 3.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. We are back. We are back. Raff, I'll tell you off the air, but we got someone in the studio that's, I don't know, I'm not going to say who.
Hey,
but,
that's obvious, dude. We don't even need to talk about it.
Somebody in the studio.
Yeah, who else is in the studio?
There's Box over there.
No, that's not the studio.
Well, I'm saying,
AD?
I'm going to say on the block that somebody on this block is just brewing things in his head that aren't right, Raff. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to tell you in the group text, and I honestly, I think it's despicable.
Is that
to be
right?
honest with you. You know, I think it's despicable, but we'll get to that, Raff. We'll talk about that.
The answer was yes.
Yeah.
Am I the problem?
I'm not. I didn't say you. I'm just going to say someone on this block at 1040 O Street is plotting some things that I think are just downright
We
wrong.
saw some North Central, a bus just drive by. It could have been them.
It could have been anybody. Yeah.
Could be anybody.
Could have been anybody.
Could be a lovely gentleman sitting out in the cafe that's probably listening to this right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know.
Come in and I'm going to get yanked out of the studio.
Yeah, you never know. Dave, I think we might need you to pull up again on O Street and stop your truck.
Yeah, that's
right in the middle. But Raff, I will brief you and the rest of the crew on these happenings. I think it's imperative that I brief you guys on these happenings because I think it's a bunch of what. We'll discuss it.
I'm not sure. Before we bring Austin in, I'm not sure. No, you know what? We're gonna move on.
Austin, I got one. I got two words to say to you. Good morning to you, first of all. How are you, brother?
I am great. That's a little more than 2 words according to my count, but good morning, AD.
yeah, you tell him, Austin. That's right.
Austin, are you going stir crazy in Vegas right now?
Yes, actually, I am. I honestly, visiting Hoover Dam again is on the list. It might be on the list. I might have got to that point.
You should have brought the frequent visitor pass.
They're gonna call Homeland Security. Yeah, we got this guy here for 3 days straight, casing the dam out.
He's a little shady. Don't know what he's doing. No, the worst part is I forgot one thing at home. One thing. And it was the book I was reading. I wasn't that far into it. I could have killed the time by reading the book on the flight. Could have killed some time by reading my book here. But the one thing I forgot was my book. And I'm not going to buy some random paperback at a hotel or in the airport. So you know what? I'm roughing it. I just gotta find it. Gotta find my way.
You know what I would do if I were you, Austin? Go ahead, Raff.
Was the book that you're reading How to Win at Blackjack?
No, I don't need any help with that. I'm an expert. I always hit on 16. It works sometimes. It doesn't work other times. But funny enough, it's a guy it's kind of in the news if you're in a certain sphere of Twitter. Kirk Goldsberry is the guy's name. He was a professor at like UT Austin or something, but he also worked for the San Antonio Spurs for a long time. It's a book he wrote called Hoop Atlas. And when you think Atlas, you think like a map, right?
Yeah.
Which is part of it. He does a really interesting job of laying out like the different types of shot locations that were most common in different eras of the NBA. But it's also Atlas as in the guy who, in Greek mythology is holding the world up on his shoulders.
On his shoulders, yeah.
So he's taking the reader through, different eras of the league, really since Michael Jordan was in there, different guys that maybe they're Hall of Famers, maybe they're first name only players, but guys that, brought something new to the league, starting with MJ. And I was just getting into the Allen Iverson section, actually.
Oh, cool.
You know what? I'm looking at this on Amazon right now, and I'm just a quick background of it. This looks absolutely fascinating because it's got Jordan on the front of and a number of other players. But it says Goldsberry returns with a highly visual, electrifying tour through the last 3 decades of NBA history, showing Atlas players that have led us out of the brutishness of the 90s hoops and into the wide open space of the most skilled era in NBA history, charting the course from Jordan to Jokic. Plenty of stops along the way from Iverson, Kobe, Curry, and of course LeBron. Goldsberry, who was instrumental in helping spur the NBA statistical revolution, has designed a vibrant new way to compare and debate the contributions of the best NBA players of all time. It goes on, but dude, that would be a great read. I might have to pick that one up.
That's crazy. Here's the question, Raff. How long would you have to be stuck in Vegas to resort to reading?
You know, that passive aggressive shot at you, Raff?
Hey, ever since Knicks went to Texas, he's came back a different guy.
Yeah, he has.
Have I?
You're more. You do a lot more insults.
That's not true at all.
A lot more insults.
I just got refreshed.
So you got more insults.
I feel sharper.
I
feel sharper.
Do you?
I do.
We'll discuss that in the group chat as well. Austin. Austin. Hey, you know what you could do though, brother? This is just me. Go to a Barnes and Noble. Not saying you have to get that same book because you already got it, but take your laptop, hit a Barnes and Noble, walk through some aisles, grab some coffee and chill. Because me personally, dude, I by myself, me and Nick were talking with all due seriousness.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping $250, $300 on the course every day out there.
No.
I'm not doing that. I'd go once, but I'm not. I mean, if it was a golf trip, that's different. But being there unexpected this long, I would find it seriously. I'd find a Barnes and Noble, post up, throw the laptop up and chill. But the whole Vegas trip that whole time, there's no way I could do that, man.
No, and that's a great idea. That's probably going to go on the list of things to do. Tonight, though, I am going to head back and I am going to watch the other quarterfinals because I'm kind of interested by the teams on the other side of the bracket. You get a Big 12 rematch between Cincinnati and UCF. Cincinnati's a team that I thought had the talent to be a second weekend type of team. Didn't gel, didn't click. UCF is down one of its best players, Big 12's leading scorer in Keyshawn Hall, who already committed to Auburn. But then on the other side, you get Villanova, USC. That's a fascinating matchup of programs that, I've watching Villanova is, a team that's been on my bucket list. just because what that program was there in the late 2010s under Jay Wright. So tonight is a basketball night for me. But could I go to a show? Yeah, but they're kind of expensive, right? I'm not here to drop all sorts of paper. I got to find something to do. But you know what? The shame, the pain is on me for forgetting my book. Because of that, I'm not going to go overboard. I'm not going to have a spending extravaganza because of my own mistake.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Cale Jacobson. When you think of that young man and what he did yesterday, man, I loved. 7 points. These numbers aren't jumping off at anybody by any stretch of the imagination, but I love stories like that. A kid that was somewhat buried at the end of the bench, unless it was certain situations throughout the year.
His minutes this year were the last 90 seconds of the first half consistently.
Exactly. That was it, Nick. And he goes in there, he gets 7 points. 7 points, rebounds, 6 rebounds, 3 steals in 36 minutes. I just thought I love stuff like that, man. I love stuff like that. He brought some fresh air to there. Overall, Austin, what was your overall synopsis of last night's game? And of course, the Huskers won. In case you've been under rocks and we're just haven't tuned in, that's totally okay too. They beat the Georgetown Hoyas in their first match ever in both school histories, 81-69. What was your overall synopsis of yesterday's game?
I think that was a solid B of a game from Nebraska. There were times in the first half it really looked like Nebraska was going to run away with it, right? It wasn't Hoya paranoia. It was a bunch of Hoya sequoias. They looked like they were playing in mud. They were a little bit slow. And Nebraska did a pretty good job of taking advantage of that. They got off to the quick start. Someone may or may not have mentioned that playing with only one big man in the game might help Nebraska on that front. Don't know who would have said something like that, but Nebraska does turn to Cale Jacobson in the starting lineup instead of Andrew Morgan. It pays some early dividends. The defensive rotations, the communication were as good as I've seen from Nebraska in a long time. It was consistent. It was crisp. It was sharp. Nebraska did a really good job in the first half of doing exactly what it needed to in keeping one of Sam Hoiberg or Aaron Eulis on Malik Mack pretty much at all times. He was just 1 of 8 for 2 points in the first half, or 3 points, I think he had a free throw. And that's exactly what Nebraska needed to do. But I tweeted this out, and it felt like Nebraska could have been up 15 or more and really slammed the door on the game, except they were a little sloppy with the ball when they tried to get into the lane, and they made some just dumb throw-ahead passes in transition that left Fred Hoiberg with his head in his hands multiple times. Nebraska would extend the lead to 18 early in the second half. I think Mack got hot because Georgetown did a better job of hunting Nebraska's longer guys that Mack was able to create separation from and shoot over. But every time, Georgetown would get a bucket, cut it to single digits, Nebraska would answer right back. So it wasn't perfect, but Nebraska did a good job of keeping Georgetown at arm's length. They had an answer pretty much every time Malik Mack would hit one.
Bryce Williams, of course, we could talk about him a lot, and we always do, and for good reason. Another 28-point night last night. Led 3 Huskers that were in double figures last night. You think about Nebraska right now going into this game Saturday, 10:30, early game for you guys there, 10:30 a.m. game, 12:30 here Central Time. The game that you're going to watch tonight, Villanova, USC. Of course, their coach is hilarious. USC's coach is always going to have some things going on there. Who are you? Before we get back to the Huskers, who are you choosing in that game?
USC is probably a little better across the board. They're at least slightly more inspiring, and maybe that's just relative to expectations and where I have Villanova in my mind. It's a shame that I don't actually know this. I'm pretty sure Eric Dixon is playing for Villanova. Before I speak out of turn, let me check a quick box score, because Eric Dixon is one of the best scorers in the country. He put up like 20 points a game in the Big East. It was Muga Poplar that actually led them in scoring against Colorado. Yeah, Eric Dixon is playing, and that's a guy that can take over games. So I think if I defer to the best player on the court theory, we get Eric Dixon versus Desmond Claude. And I like Dixon a little bit. I don't think that USC has a great answer for a guy like that. So I'll take the Wildcats.
Well, Dixon the other night, over the win over Colorado, I'm looking right here, he became the all-time scoring leader for Villanova the other night. Yeah, he's a gamer, so it's going to be interesting. It'd be fun to watch him play live. Actually,
it's also fascinating just because the whole coaching situation going on right now with Villanova. Like you know that Kevin Willard's that guy going forward after this season. They have the interim going on right now, and what's kind of just bizarre. Sometimes, I mean, they're kind of playing with nothing to lose, but it's fascinating because it's not even that they're trying to play for the head coach, like, is watching them to see who they want. It's like the Will Wade brought this up in the NCAA tournament after the Clemson game, was like, everybody knows that I'm leaving after this year. We don't know where it's going, and we don't know if I'm going to NC State at that time. We don't know if Will Wade was going to go somewhere else. We had a feeling it was NC State, but he made a comment and was like, yeah, I'm sure part of it is that some of these guys are going, I want to show out in front of Coach Wade, so he takes me with him to a Power 5 spot. That's not necessarily the case with Villanova. It's not like Kevin Willard's on the sidelines there. It's not like Kevin Willard is in the background right now orchestrating visits with guys. And like it's just a bizarre time for Villanova specifically right now, because you're trying to earn this NIL money that, frankly, the interim head coach, and I'm blanking on the name, is not even going to get to use going forward in this transfer portal cycle.
It's just interesting to see what the college basketball crown has become through the first 3 days into day 4. It's just its own sort of beast. Everything that you might love about watching college basketball, all the big time moments, big time players, cool shots, you've seen plenty of that here. And all the ridiculousness, from the unregulated betting lines to the NIL money to the coaches to the players leaving, like sitting out a bowl game, essentially. The college basketball crown has it all. It even has Baron Davis, who I met yesterday. I mean, what more could you ask for?
That's my cousin.
Is that right? No.
That's my cousin.
I think, okay, so Austin, like, as we look ahead to Saturday now, because I'm not sure if we'll talk to you tomorrow, but as we look ahead, like Saturday, it's Nebraska Boise, and I think if I were to look at the top teams in this thing, I would probably, and you're much more of a savant than I am in this, in some order, I think that Cincinnati's up there. I think Nebraska is another one. I think Boise State is third in some order. And you can debate who's first, who's second, who's third, all you want. And there's maybe no right or wrong answer there. But Nebraska and Boise, like, this is going to be a really intriguing and I think difficult matchup as well for Nebraska.
I agree. And I'll just throw this out here. The two highest rated teams in Ken Pomeroy that are left standing in the college basketball crown right now are Boise State and Nebraska. How about that? Boise State is ranked at number 47 at KenPom. Nebraska is number 49. Just a couple spots back of them is Cincinnati. Then Villanova and USC are in sort of that same tier right there. But yeah, I mean, of the teams that are left standing, my guess is that the best Final Four is Nebraska, Boise, Cincinnati, and Villanova, which would be a fun kind of old Big East throwback if we get that on the other side of the bracket. Boise is going to present some issues for Nebraska. I don't know if they have a great answer for Tyson Dagenhart. He'll play the 5 a lot for them. He's not the biggest guy, only 6'7", only one rotation guy over 6'8" for Boise State. So if it comes to that, Nebraska's height could be an advantage. But that's a matchup where I would really like to see Juwan Gary get a lot of the assignment on Tyson Dagenhart. He can go to work in the post. He's just as comfortable on the perimeter as well. But outside of him, they had other guys step up in their win so far. Andrew Meadow, 6'7" guy. That's a pretty good matchup for Bryce Williams. Alvaro Cardenas is a guy from Spain who's made some really big plays for them, really helped keep Butler at bay yesterday. Javon Buchanan, a junior, 6'7". He was pretty good in the couple games that I watched. One thing that will help Nebraska in this matchup is that Boise State doesn't shoot it that well from 3. Now, has that always meant something against Nebraska? No, because you give teams open looks, they'll knock them down. Watching Boise in person the last couple days, I would have thought they were a better shooting team than 31.6% on the year, but this might be a game where Nebraska can pack the paint, prevent driving lanes and driving kicks, and just kind of lean into forcing some mid-range shots that really keyed Nebraska's defense last year.
You look at a Boise State, their overall record, 26-10 at the time of this, at least. I mean, that's a team that's won some games. Obviously, one of the better records that's in this event right here. besides the guys that you mentioned, besides who else you would see have to step up besides Gary and Bryce? I know this is a broken record because we ask this all the time, but I mean, Cale Jacobson obviously contributed.
I would to build off of that. Like, where does Berke fit into all of this?
Yeah,
because it feels like he can't be a guy against Boise that just is out there to be in the rotation. Like, it feels like he has to have, not that he hasn't to this point of the season. He's got to be out there for a purpose. And if that's to rebound and not score points, that's fine. Just figure out what it is.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys asked that question, phrased it like that too, because I was going to go with Berke and Andrew Morgan as a couple of those guys, because I think Berke would also be another good matchup on Tyson Degenhart for Nebraska. Similar size, but a little bit bigger, can defend in the post, but also pretty active on the perimeter. So I guess actually if Nebraska starts with Berke on Tyson Degenhart, that's actually probably the way I would lean, but throw Juwan at him as a changeup. And then with Boise State not being huge, I think Andrew Morgan could have another pretty big game. He was really solid for Nebraska yesterday after a rough opening performance. Andrew Morgan had 12 points, 9 boards, and was 4 or 5 at the free throw line. I think that type of Andrew Morgan game, where are you throwing the ball into him in the post and letting him, do 17 different post moves? Probably not very often. But if you can tell Andrew Morgan, you're the tallest guy on the court, go just throw your body around and grab some offensive rebounds, because you can beat up Degenhart on the inside if that's the matchup, or you have another 3-4 inches of height advantage on the other guys. Even if the stats don't reflect it, I think Andrew Morgan could be a key for Nebraska in that game.
Austin, I guess this is a big picture question and one that just popped in my head, so I don't really know where I want to go with this answer. Is that go back to November of 2024, and we're ready to get going on the season, and the expectation or the perception versus the reality, like the way that we saw maybe the way that we saw rotations filling out. I think we might have expected Gavin Griffiths to have more of a role, and sure, he's banged up, but I don't know if I see him in the top 8 of a rotation, right? And seeing that Cale Jacobson was involved during the season, right? And the roles that we're seeing from guys, just overall thoughts on how this season's played out. Not as much as the results, but more so the personnel and how it's different from what we perceived it was going to be back in November.
Yeah, in terms of the guys that I think have played the role they were expected to, I would throw Bryce Williams into that conversation, Sam Hoiberg. I think Raleigh Wooster did his job. I know you're not the biggest Raleigh defender, Nick, but I think Raleigh was pretty much exactly as advertised. If you look at the stats and you look at the impact, Raleigh was pretty much the same player he's always been. Yeah. So for better or worse, at the very least, he was as advertised. From there, it was a bunch of up and down because I didn't know what to expect. We learned a lot about what it looked like for Andrew Morgan to make the jump. Berke Boyuktanjel became a much more featured piece at Nebraska than he was at UCLA. I don't think he was quite ready for what Nebraska asked of him. I think Braxton Mia, in what he was asked to do, was underwhelming. I don't know how much of that is on Braxton Mia, the player, versus the situation that he walked into. I thought Gavin Griffiths was going to be a made-in-the-lab type Fred Hoiberg player, positional defender, guy that could space the floor, and he got slapped with a bunch of DNPs in conference play. I mean, that was break glass in case of like super mega extreme emergency, if you called everyone else in your contacts list sort of thing. Aaron Eulis, I think, fit in as expected. So it's not that far off, I guess, from what we could have guessed. But the fact that we're down to seeing Cale Jacobson getting starters minutes and 36 minutes starting a postseason game for Nebraska, that's probably the biggest curveball, I think, of the season.
I would agree. I think just overall, it goes to show how important and how slim of margin for error there is for Nebraska, right? Like, I think going into the season, you felt like, okay, Nebraska has a real experienced team. The one name that you did not mention there in terms of roles was Juwan Gary. And it's not to say that Juwan has been a bad piece for Nebraska. It's just been real clunky throughout the season. And it feels like he's never been as comfortable as maybe we saw him in 2023 and 2024.
And there's a big reason for that. It's because Nebraska expected more of him on offense. They featured him so much more heavily on offense when last year Juwan Gary was probably the fourth option on that team, maybe the fifth in the starting lineup. Juwan Gary was Nebraska's second best, second most important, maybe even most important player at times. And I've had this diatribe a couple times, but I still think it's fair, is that Juwan Gary was another guy that was taken out of a role that he was perfectly suited for, right? He's the guy that's being promoted as the junkyard dog, as the lockdown defender. I'm sorry, we just didn't see that play out in the stat sheet all the time, right? Juwan Gary had fewer offensive rebounds in like 200 more minutes played this year. Why is that? Did he get less aggressive? I don't think so. I think he was being a basketball player and saying, I'm being asked to do other things. So offensive rebounding, that was one of his biggest attributes last year, had to slide to the back seat. Juwan is a good defender. So I'm going to lead this next part off with that. But Juwan is not an on-the-ball defender. Juwan is a great help defender. Juwan is a great defender against wings, but he's not a guy that you can put on Malik Mack, because Malik Mack is quicker than Juwan Gary, quicker than Bryce Williams. You can throw into this conversation as well. So in the right role, Juwan Gary is a stud. I mean, Fred Hoiberg is so proud of the growth of that young man. He's talked about it at length. And I'm not trying to diss Juwan Gary, the player, in any way. But the reason that I don't have a resounding A grade on Juwan Gary's season is because, based on the roster construction and what Nebraska needed him to do, it just felt like it took him out of what he was best at doing in the role that he's probably going to have to serve if he plays professionally.
Which I think a lot of that goes into, like you said, with Nebraska having to ask him to do things. Because I think if you ask Fred Hoiberg that conversation of like, okay, at the end of last season, and that's going way back, like a year ago at this point, I guess. But if you ask Fred Hoiberg, I think his ideal answer is, okay, we're going to attack some pieces in the portal. We get a lot of pieces back in Bryce and in obviously Juwan and in Rink and in Sam and things like that. That I feel like then Nebraska, just kind of the way that it all played out, they struck out on some guys in the portal. Then they had to go farther down their list and maybe see to where they had to revamp, or I should say reassign roles. So I think if you ask Fred Hoiberg and say, okay, what did you want Juwan Gary to be? He would tell you exactly what you just said. And I think that's truthful. I think he acknowledges that and he can see that, which gives him more of an appreciation for the season that Juwan is having because of what they are asking him to do. But on the other side, it's a shame that a Gavin Griffiths couldn't step up, because I think Gavin Griffiths being effective like we expected him to helps Juwan Gary. I feel like despite the rink mass injury, if Braxton Mia could come in and be a different type of player that helps Juwan Gary, or if Nebraska wouldn't have decided to redshirt Nick Janowski. Like, I feel like all of that plays into a factor, because we saw it last night. They asked Juwan at times to be a perimeter shooter offensively, and that's just not his strength, even though he's shown the ability to hit a few from a consistent standpoint. It's just not there, unfortunately.
When he's hitting, it's great. When he's not hitting, you admire the confidence, but hey, let's maybe try something else out, big fella. But the other guy that it's dawning on me that I didn't mention was Connor Essegian. That's a guy that I think he played exactly the role we probably should have expected coming into the year. But the fact that he was an X factor, right? A guy that if he was hitting, Nebraska was pretty good. If he wasn't hitting, Nebraska was probably off that night. The up and down nature of the season that Connor Essegian had in terms of actual impact in the stat sheet is where Gavin Griffith's developing would have been huge. So you could figure out within the first 8 to 10 minutes of the game, is it an Essegian night? Is it a Griffiths night? And then ride that guy the majority of the game the rest of the way. But Nebraska didn't have the ability to do that.
That's so fascinating, because I talked about it on this show multiple times about how there were stretches with Essegian who has been incredibly valuable. And I think going next year, give him another offseason under Fred Hoiberg, I think that there's some real growth and opportunity for Connor Essegian to truly develop into even more of a three-point specialist next year. However, I think it's so fascinating because there were stretches there when Nebraska was struggling that Connor Essegian was shooting less than 30 or less than 25% from three, and he was on the floor for an average of 26 minutes a game. Like, that's valuable minutes that, number one, but like Fred would look down at his bench and go, okay, who can give us something similar? And there were no answers because a guy like Gavin wasn't able to step up, and Nick Janowski is on the bench and redshirting, right? And I'm okay with them redshirting Nick Janowski going forward, but like that's where it just kind of was like, we're out of options right now. This is how we need to play to give us our best chance. And if you're not hitting, it goes back to what you kind of just said. You realized how much maybe Keisei Tominaga bailed out Nebraska at times.
A lot.
He bailed Nebraska out a lot, and I want for one final time this year. Hopefully, you guys didn't make this comparison, but before the year there was a lot of Nebraska got its Keisei Tominaga replacement in Connor Essegian. No, they didn't. They're incredibly no, absolutely not. The comparison for Connor Essegian is still C.J. Wilcher. Same sort of role, right? Spot starter, could be the fifth starter, or maybe he's your first or second player off the bench, depending on matchup. CJ shot a little bit better from three last year, 39% to Essegian's 37.6%. But Essegian hit 20 more threes on 59 more attempts. So same role, but Essegian got a few more shots up. Essegian only made 0 or 1 threes 10 times in 31 games. Wilcher made 0 or 1 19 times in 33 games. Essegian was 40% or better from 3 in 15 out of 31 games. Wilcher was 40+% in 16 out of 33. They were pretty much the same player. Essegian took a few more shots, but as I came into this year looking at how does Nebraska replace C.J. Wilcher, did they replace his leadership, his presence on the roster? Probably not. But Nebraska replaced his production, and I would argue then some, with Connor Essegian.
Is next year, I like Connor the same way I liked C.J. Wilcher coming off the bench because I thought he provided a spark when Nebraska needed it. I like Connor Essegian coming off the bench. Is next year's rotation at that spot, is it either Connor Essegian or Nick Janowski? Like, is there an avenue to where we see them both on the floor at the same time, or is it more so of like one of them needs to be a starter, the other needs to come off the bench and provide the shooting ability?
Hey, with that said, I want to take a quick break because I want to add on to that, Nick, because there's a good text from 2858. Do you think Andrew Morgan will return next year? I think these all bunched together as you're talking about next year. Because I don't want to rush you on this, Austin.
Is he able to, Austin?
I thought Morgan walked on senior day. I think he's got eligibility.
Morgan is done.
What I'm talking about.
There's a lot. There's quite a few done.
I want you to expound on this and take your time. Not Andrew Morgan, because he's gone. Because I looked at that, I was like, not Andrew Morgan, because he's out of here. The one we're not talking a lot about because he hasn't played, with the question you just asked, Nick, but also how a mask goes into next year with the current roster we have right now, outside of what we could potentially get with the portal, etc. I think it's an interesting conversation. You got one. Not one. Hopefully, you got 2 games left. Austin's going, no, I'm ready to come home.
hey, so I will say that extra. the extra 300 thou. It's all there.
That's
300 thou.
That's huge.
You can count it
from the text line.
That's as good as money, sir.
Austin, you don't have to. Yes.
That's as good as money, sir. It's all there. Those are IOUs.
You might want to keep that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
250,000.
Hey, AD, I was wondering too, could you let Austin know where the Barnes & Noble is in Vegas since you go there a lot?
Dude, I've never been there in my life.
Do they even have a Barnes & Noble?
Hey,
I'll find it during break. How about that?
David goes, all the tips AD could have gave Austin. He goes, go to Vegas and go to Barnes & Noble. Well, I was just throwing some out there because I didn't know what you wanted to do. I know you don't golf. And you don't have to answer this online.
We know you don't have fun. No, I'm just kidding.
See, Austin, this is what we deal with. This is what Raff and I deal with. A little passive-aggressive shot. They're not even passive anymore.
No, they're just aggressive. They're just aggressive.
Aggressive shots.
I am an old soul. I am in my dad era. I understand my place in life.
There you go. Someone's asked, you don't have to answer this. This is
Daddy
yourself.
Needs a touchdown.
5452, unknown text says, how much money has Austin won or lost in his time in Vegas? Not up for our discussion. That's between you and your bank account. And Bones says, a real friend would send overnight shipping of poor Austin's book. After all, there's not much to do in Vegas. Austin, locate that Barnes & Noble. And also a good spot, the used bookstores. I'm sure there's a lot of them there. A lot of great.
I'm sure there are.
The history of the strip in Vegas.
Yeah, just ask somebody standing on the side of the road. Hey, do you got a book I can borrow by chance?
You might not want the books. You might not want the books that they have.
I won't go with gently used. I want new. Thank you.
Hey, there's people handing out flyers all over the street in Vegas. Just grab one of those light reading material. This is what I'm reading. Let's go to break. We gotta go.
Get you right to Barnes & Noble. We'll be right back.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska, and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on this beautiful Thursday morning. There are Blue Jackets all around 1040 O Street. Come down here to the mill, have some coffee, read a book. Nothing wrong with reading books, David. Nothing wrong with reading books and finding your nearest Barnes & Noble or used bookstore. We have a few used
12 minutes away. 12 minutes. That's it.
Hey, I forgot to ask, what's your rental car this week? What are they chauffeuring you around in?
I got a Chevy Malibu.
Okay.
Chevy Malibu. So by the time I got into Harry Reid Airport, it was a little bit late. They said just pick any car on the right. So I took the first one that was vaguely sedan sized. I am a Toyota Camry guy typically. Love me a good Toyota Camry, but the Malibu is the closest thing I could find to that, and I was ready to get out of there. So a nice old Chevy Malibu.
I think I told you guys this last weekend I was rocking the Dodge Charger, and that thing you tap on that pedal. I mean that thing. It takes off compared to my Honda. So.
Well, we're gonna hop right in. There's some breaking news, and I think it goes into Derek in the car. You got a good question, and it's valid for sure, my man. And he says great conversation. But breaking news. You may have seen this already, Austin, Raff, you may as well, and Nick. Kansas guard A.J. Storr has elected to enter the transfer portal again. 2018, he's Kanaki High School. Same high school again, 2019. 2019-2020, Bishop Gorman High School. 2020-21, AZ Compass Prep. 2021-2022, IMG Academy, post-grad. 2022-2023, St. John's. The next year, Wisconsin. This year, Kansas. This year to be announced. 8 schools in the past 8 years. That is the new college basketball we're in, unfortunately. In sports, we're in, unfortunately, the collegiate level. Derek in the car says, you guys seem to ignore the elephant in the room. How many D1 Power 5 offers did Sam have coming out of high school? Talking to Hoiberg. I'm not a hater. It is a fair question. It is a fair question. It is clear he is not an offensive threat, and his turnover number is not good. Sam plays great defense and can fill a role, no question, great energy and all that, but this program needs solid point guard, which we definitely do. Last night in second half at a critical time, Sam took 2 terrible threes early into the shot clock when the plan called for a burning clock. Fred did bench him, but it should be examined in depth, guys. Great combo.
That's what's interesting is I think that's less, Derek, about Sam and more about the rest of the team. That's kind of where I kind of land on that. Maybe I'm wrong on that, Austin, but like that's where I land is like that is more so of give Sam props for being able to step up because other guys are not.
Yeah, I think Sam and Kale are both in that boat, right? Because there was the sentiment going around social media last night. Well, maybe Nebraska should have gone to Kale Jacobson sooner. If Kale could always play this way, why didn't we see him sooner? And I'm not saying that's invalid. But Fred Hoiberg has said, all year, Kale's always been the next guy up. There's another guy that they thought earned it a little more in practice or was a little more talented, fit a role a little bit better. It's kind of the blessing and the curse of being a jack of all trades, master of none, right? Cale Jacobson, knowing all 5 spots on offense and defense, he can credibly fill in any of those positions, but he's probably not the number one option to any of those positions, right? Where on the flip side, you have Sam Hoiberg, where he is Nebraska's best point of attack defender, especially against guys that are Malik Mack's size. I would take Sam Hoiberg over even Aaron Eulis, who's not far behind him by any means, but Sam has a discernible, definable role. Cale didn't necessarily do that until he played his way into one on Monday night and then played it well again yesterday. So there is that, and I think I would go one of two ways on this conversation. I could be convinced of either of them. Number one, Nebraska needs more Sam Hoibergs and Cale Jacobsons, guys that know how to play their role, know what they're doing, and are consistent in it. But then again, on the other side, the Nebraska team that we're watching, it's a completely different level of basketball than we saw for the previous couple weeks during the NCAA tournament, right? I still think that in the long run, Nebraska needs guys like Sam and like Cale to fill roles, to plug gaps. But that if those guys are starting, and this is not supposed to be a knock on them, but if Nebraska can't do better, get bigger, faster, stronger than Sam Hoiberg and Cale Jacobson, then there's going to have to be some major adjustments to the scheme that finds ways to make up for, quite honestly, the lack of size that those two guys bring, the turnovers, the lack of consistent shooting from those two. I didn't love Sam's threes early against the zone yesterday, but that I don't know if that's because I didn't like the process or because they didn't go in. If he hits them and Nebraska goes up 13, oh, hey, look at that. He just Ali for Oakman Georgetown. It's pretty cool. But they didn't go in, so it's, well, why are you taking 5 seconds, 7 seconds off the shot clock and chuck in?
Yeah, the reality is this, man. Nebraska, Eulis is not that guy at point. Sam is not that guy at point. Everything they bring, that's why this offseason is huge for a lot of reasons for Nebraska as far as getting something out of the portal. I'm just going to say this. Keep winning, because that's just more money for your collective as far as that goes, because you need to fill spots.
That's the thing is I think, Austin, you did a great job kind of explaining the Sam and Cale situation, because I think if you ask Fred Hoiberg, even 3 years ago when Sam got here, like the plan for Sam Hoiberg and Cale Jacobson were never to be the guy. It's unfortunately, though, it's illustrating maybe how much Nebraska missed in the portal last year and their inability to find somebody. I mean, like you look back, I look back at the year that Sam Griesel was here. And I think to myself, okay, if Nebraska has a Sam Griesel type this season, then are you relying, like Derek and Akar said, relying on Sam and Cale as much? And I think the answer is no. I think you put Sam out there, Sam Hoiberg, excuse me, I have to be specific with last names here. Sam Hoiberg out there for that defensive spark that you talked about, which once again, it goes back to like the Juwan Gary conversation of like finding the specific role and letting them thrive in it. However, you go and get Raleigh Wooster, who we just said it last segment, is we knew what you're getting from Raleigh. It's that point guard that you wanted him to maybe facilitate more than what his past has said he does and shoot less than what his past has said. And it ended up being the exact same of what Utah was and Utah State previously in his career.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Would you rather take Cale Jacobson or Thorir Thorbjarnarsson?
And that's a great, I mean, that's a great question.
They're not the same player, but they're comparable. I think they play a very similar role. Connective piece, lefty. We haven't seen Cale shoot it a whole lot, but we know he has the ability to knock him down. You need a guy like that on the roster. And Thor, a little bit bigger than Cale. Cale might be a little more filled out, but that's the kind of guy that, if Cale Jacobson can grow into senior year Thorir Thorbjarnarsson in a couple years, fantastic. And you got to play through it to get to that point. But Thorir Thorbjarnarsson can't be the best player on your team. He can't be the most important player on your team. He has to be a guy, not the guy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Hey, Austin, I was going to ask you. So is it like last night, the broadcasters made it sound like, is this prize money that goes to the current players on the team, or is this for next year?
I am still unsure about that. I think for Nebraska, if they do have the option, I would be curious to know how they would use it, because I think there's a bunch of deserving guys on this team who, for their contributions in getting Nebraska to back-to-back postseasons, for sticking it out, would absolutely deserve some money. But I could also see Nebraska saying, hey, thanks, we got you guys paid. Appreciate your services, appreciate your efforts. But this money is going to go to next year's roster. Then I keep hearing more and more that it's at the very least recommended that teams use it on the current team that's actually playing in the college basketball crown. But I do think, for Nebraska specifically, it'd be very helpful if they could, bank it and use it on next year's team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord knows we need it, man. It's going to be a very busy offseason for Nebraska basketball and quite a few other programs as far as that goes. We mentioned yesterday, Austin, to where, Trev Alberts and company there, Texas A&M is in search for a coach as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what transpires there down in A&M. So a lot of moving pieces. Austin, brother, we can't thank you enough for taking some time to drop in with us, man. And do enjoy. Somebody mentioned the Hash House too. Very good place to eat at.
Ooh,
so if you check that out, the Hash House, I think it's Hash House Go. Am I correct on that, Raff?
I think so. I've never been there before.
Yeah, they've got some good food. I've checked that spot out. I mean, it's kind of not farm food, but it's a number of different dishes you can get. But definitely check that out. You got a lot of things you can do. You got time.
Yeah.
Well, I got Barnes & Noble. I got AMC. Maybe check out Hoover Dam. The list is endless. I have multiple possibilities.
Cool restaurants outside the fountains too.
Yes.
Go find a college baseball game going on tomorrow or something on a Friday at UNLV or something.
So tomorrow is probably going to be my quote unquote day off. I'm sticking around for the show today. I'll be back for On the Block from 3 to 5. You're not getting rid of me there. Probably some media availability tomorrow morning at T-Mobile. So be interested to hear from Fred Hoiberg, Leon Rice, and maybe some players. But then after that, I'm going to kick it. I'm going to be good. I'm going to chill. And, maybe I think that Las Vegas was at the 51s or something like that. I think there's a team, a minor league baseball team, see if they're in town.
Ooh.
I checked out the Thomas and Mack Center a little bit, home of the UNLV or Running Rebels. So
the Saturday or the beach parties are cool too.
Is that so?
So they are no longer the 51s that they used to be. They are the Aviators now.
Oh.
And the Aviators play against the Sacramento River Cats.
Ooh.
The AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. So in Vegas, they're the AAA affiliate of the Athletics, going up against the Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants at Las Vegas Ballpark. So they play tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. Central Time.
So
I will be there. I will be there.
Will they be moving next year, you think, with the big league team coming to Vegas?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Austin, I'm throwing one more out there. Go see The Mentalist at Planet Hollywood Cotel.
The Mentalist, you say?
Mm-hmm. Kind of magic, mind reading.
Oh, no.
Gary McBridge. Gary McCambridge is there. So, yeah, just something to throw out there. If all else fails, man, go to the Hoover Dam again.
You know what? I don't know if I can put the Hoover Dam that far down the list. It was pretty cool. I really do want to see it. No, I'm kidding. But I really do appreciate you guys having me on. It's been a blast being on these last few days. I'll be back for On the Block. But thanks a ton, fellas. Appreciate you guys.
Bet. Check him out this afternoon on The Block. Here's some more insight from Austin as well.
I'll talk to you at 3.
Folks, we'll be back. It's The Drive, 937 A Ticket.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies with light winds, an action high around 59. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy, low around 42. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day, an afternoon high near 55. meteorologist Kyle Butler from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Who are you?
I'm the truck fairy.
You mean the tooth fairy?
No, truck fairy. I appear when someone dreams about winning one of the 8 new trucks in the Nebraska Lottery's Trucks and Bucks scratch game.
Oh, so you leave Trucks and Bucks tickets under my pillow?
No.
Cash?
Sorry.
What exactly do you do?
Remind people to play today.
Don't think I need a truck fairy for that.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Play Trucks and Bucks from your Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds are 1 in 336,000.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Let's talk about this more. No.
Yeah. Guys, what we do need to talk about more is our friends at Renew. Yes. Call or text Nate, Eric, or David at 402-833-3858 or visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. Raffy, what do they do best?
Everything.
That is right. From body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray in bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing and undercoating. They do everything and so much more. They do it best. So give Nate, Eric, or David a text or a call today. 402-833-3858 or learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. I don't know if David, I'm sure David's listening. He always listens. He's one of the greatest supporters of us here at The Ticket. But I was going to say this. I don't know if he knows this, but I'm going to reach out to him because I need my car as the summer is approaching, as spring's approaching. Mm-hmm. The inside needs to be cleaned. There's too much salt. There's too much residue from snow and crappy weather. Great idea. They do interior detail cleanings. Go give them a call. Once again, that phone number is 402-833-3858. If you're one of those that's scared of talking on the phone to strangers, you can text them. You can visit them online at renewyourauto.com, and they'll get you right ahead of the good weather that's on the horizon, hopefully.
They will definitely get you right. Raff, you know what? We're talking about cars, but man, what if we need some doors?
Well, if you need doors, if your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What you got for us, Raff? What's your RGTZ?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to the Everybody Gets a Chance program, ran by Malachi Hopkins. I just saw that last night they've unveiled that they're going to be giving away a $700 sports scholarship every month.
Wow.
Just what Malachi's doing in the community is just awesome. I saw they've also teamed up with Terrence Bud Crawford's gym up in Omaha. Just everything to help the youth in the community. Just everybody gets a chance. You can go check it out on Facebook. Just awesome job. Everybody gets a chance. And Malachi, you guys are Raff's Good Take.
Love it. Malachi's doing great work. We just visited him just earlier this week, man. So big shout out to him. Guys, I'm going to say this for the AD attitude adjustment. I went through it this morning. I know that cold plunge my leg was pretty sore yesterday, like very sore. And this morning, and the gym was like, you know what? I'm just going to skip it. And I said, AD, shut up. And I thought to myself, and I put this, just typed in my notes. I was going in there. Your mind's got to be stronger than your feelings. You know, there's all sorts of feelings out there. Screw your feelings, forget your feelings, etc. But your mind's got to be stronger than your feelings. I got in the cold plunge. My body felt awesome when I got out. This inflammation is definitely down. I was just telling Nick, Raff, I might go back again this afternoon for some more cold therapy.
Double
on it, man.
trouble. That's
Double
what they
trouble.
call it.
You know why? So I can get back on the course.
That's
That
right.
is my thing. And just walk normal without this drop foot thing I got going on, man.
100%.
So, Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right. Certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401